Okay, we are back with another Staying Up with Pat and Jodi.
How exciting!
And
Did you all miss us?
We're live on the internet. You could see us over here if you could look over here, but I'm not going to turn
I'm not going to. I can see us. I want to see us straight ahead, and right now we are going live on Instagram.
On Instagram. So Instagram, hi Instagram.
Hi Instagram.
You could go on to, just look for Staying Up with Pat and Jodi on YouTube. It's also, the channel is Patrick Harris.
But I think a lot of these people, when they see the show, probably will know that we're on YouTube because we'd be throwing out the links. Right?
Yes.
So.
Yes. Well, and we just didn't do it today because this is our first time back, and we have some first-time engineers.
Yes, brand new.
Some new interns that we're training, and we try to keep it as easy and simple as possible for them. So if all of a sudden everything goes out, we'll give their names, where you can find them, and some pictures so that you can just, like, tease them or whatever. No, we would never do that. They're like
they have no idea what they're in for.
They're just like, why did these people write on my car? I don't know. I don't know how they found your car. I don't know how they got the Google Maps to your car.
Woo.
We would never do that.
Okay, so I'm going to write back. Here we go. All right, so let's go. We're live.
All right,
so Pat, it's been quite a while since we've seen all our fans here, our followers, our people that follow the Staying Up with Pat and Jodi show, and we should probably tell them, God, when was the last time we did a show? Do you remember when it was?
It's been a few months because we've been pretty busy.
That's correct. I think the last time we did a show was before wedding season.
Right, wedding season.
And wedding season took over our entire life.
Is that like duck season?
Rabbit season? Rabbit season. There's wedding season.
Wedding
yes.
season.
Wedding season took over our entire life.
Sounds like we're going to shoot some weddings or something. I don't know.
Exactly. Well, there were some brides that we would have left. Oh, did I say that out loud?
Yes, you did.
I'm sorry.
They're all wonderful
let's put it this way, that this wedding season, I worked very hard.
Yes, you did.
I really did work I think, since people saw us last on Staying Up with Pat and Jodi. Oh, and by the way, there are a lot of people now following us on Facebook. If you want to see the show live, go to YouTube. Go to YouTube, because I'm not going to stay on this for too long. Go to YouTube. Go to Patrick Harris.
And subscribe, because that way you'll get the notifications when we're live, too. Just subscribe to my channel.
Over so they can see you. There you go.
Hi. Just subscribe to the channel, and that way when we're live, you'll get a notification, and you can hop on immediately.
Yeah, so in case we lose you on Facebook, you got to head on over to YouTube, Patrick Harris, to see the rest of the show. But as I was saying, yeah, it's been a crazy wedding season. Lots, and thank God. I mean, this is what we do for a living.
Absolutely.
So I can't be too upset that I worked. I worked a lot, and it was just a challenge, a very interesting season this year. I definitely feel that the clientele definitely has a very good they know what they want. They know what they want when it comes to music. They know what they want when it comes to events. They really are very much. They know what they want. And I'll leave it at that.
Yeah,
they know what they
that's
want.
Probably the nicest way to put it.
And I can't imagine any other company, with the exception of some of the friends that we network with around the country, that could give them the kind of attention that they deserve.
Yeah.
Like if this was like a cookie cutter kind of business, I really honestly feel that the people just wouldn't get the attention that they got. And I think that I think we delivered. I know that we're starting to get our reviews in. We're not quite 1,500 reviews like Mike Walter or, God bless Mike.
He has a little bit more staff, and he does a lot more events. So.
Yeah, I mean, he just got his 1,500 Wedding Wire review. So good for him, But we're doing good. So things are good. We've just been really busy. And now I'm hitting the road. So I'll be on the road for at least 2 weeks. Pat will be holding down the fort along with our 2 wonderful brand new summer interns.
That's right.
So there they are. Yeah, they're in the background. Courtney and Andrew, this is their first time helping us out.
You're not
with
supposed to give out their names until they mess up.
Oh, okay. Well,
it's supposed to be like, damn it, Courtney, or Andrew, you son of a. That's where it's supposed to where they're supposed to know who they are. It's supposed to be some sort of screw up.
Some sort of screw up.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But that's okay. So you guys got a nice little shout out before we yelled at you. So you're doing okay so far.
They're good. So are you excited about my travel coming up? Or you're gonna be by yourself?
By myself, and all these people are like, "Hey, you're gonna be living the single life." It's like, yeah, living the single life. If that means working 7 days a week, 8 to 12 hours a day. And basically going to work and going home, and that's about it. So if I was living the single life, I would be living the single life where I stayed single, because I wouldn't have any opportunities to see anybody other than the people that I work with. So it sounds a lot more exciting when they say it than what the actual reality of it is.
No, I know it. I'm leaving you with a lot of stuff because
I know, because it's just that's what we have to do.
Yep, it's just what we have to do. And we do need to shout out, though, to one of our favorite people who is on the mend. Do you know who it is, right? Our good friend,
photographer Keith, who had a bit of a heart issue here, and he was in the hospital for a few days. I believe he went home yesterday. We have to talk to him, but we wish him well, and we hope that he recovers very quickly. Keith is one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. I don't know a single person that doesn't like him, because he's just a nice guy, do anything for you sort of guy. So really hoping that he does well, that he recovers quickly, and he gets back in the game, and we're looking forward to that.
Keith, because I'm going away and I come back on August 1st. So Keith, you need to get back to work on August 1st. Keith, I don't care. You need to hold that camera.
Yes.
Keith, I know you're watching this. Keith, get better soon.
Keith is a photographer, so he's got a very physical job. A lot of running around and jumping up and down, like he did for the last event that he did.
Oh my gosh,
the reunion. He was running for that one. He was running for that one. Yeah.
The reunion. Don't remind me.
Yeah,
but it was fun. It was. Andrew was at the reunion. It was fun. We had Michael Jackson show up. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. He wound up with, now he edited them down, but he wound up with, for just a reception only, he wound up with 2,500 images.
Could you imagine digital?
And then he had to go through that and edit them down, but 2,500 images.
And remember back in the old days when
you film,
you'd like 2,500 pictures would probably be like 150.
Yeah, that would probably 350.
You think 300, 350 would film back in the day. So that's crazy. Yeah, that was fun. If you want to see the reunion, you can go on the Sight and Sound page and see the reunion. But Pat, you know what I'm going to do?
What are you going to do?
I would like to start off this Staying Up with Pat and Jodi show with a travel joke.
Oh boy.
A travel joke. Are you guys ready for a travel joke?
Probably
okay,
not.
So I'm going to start things up because we like weird stories and all kinds of fun stuff. And again, for some of those people that are watching us on Facebook, I'm probably going to close the live feed down in just a few minutes. But before I do, remember, go to YouTube, go to Patrick Harris on YouTube, and here's the travel joke because I'm traveling in like Sunday, and then I'll be in New York, so yes. Okay, here's my joke. Joke of the day. A man on holiday in Spain thought he would email his sister back in England, but he made a typo. So instead of sending it to Joan Foster, he sent it to Jean Foster, the wife of a recently deceased priest. When she read it, she fainted because it read, "Arrived safely, but it sure is hot down here."
Okay. That's pretty funny. I was so worried about that because Jodi's not a good joke to him. That was a good one. I like that one. Okay. It sure is hot down here. Oh boy.
He sent it to the wrong person.
Wow. And she thought that he was communicating via email from the grave below. Yes.
Oh, and speaking of the grave beyond, holy crap! Last time you guys saw me, or you didn't see me, we took a little trip to California. I know where I'm going to be buried now. Oh my gosh. God forbid something happens to me. God forbid. I am going to be buried in the Hollywood Forever Cemetery amongst the Hollywood's biggest stars. I've already, I know where I want to be. I want to be in a glass case next to, Larry Tate from Bewitched.
Next to Larry Tate. She wants to be next to Larry Tate.
Larry Tate from Bewitched is buried there. Who else was buried there? Mammy from Gone with the Wind.
Yes.
Soundgarden. Chris, what was his name? Oh my God, I'm having a brain fart. Chris what?
Cornell.
Chris Cornell was there. Joey Ramone is buried there.
Joey.
Estelle Getty is buried there. Mel Blanc.
You realize that our engineers in the other room knew like one or two of those names. That's
they
it.
only knew Chris Cornell.
They knew Chris Cornell. Everybody else, they're like, Mammy.
Mammy, Gone with the Wind.
Who the hell is Mammy?
Mammy.
Mammy, that's racist.
Mammy.
That's Mammy.
Estelle Getty, Golden Girls? Who's
Golden
that?
Girls. What the hell?
The Golden Girls.
What are these people, 100?
Larry Tate? Bewitched, the boss on Bewitched. So yes, that's where I'm going. I want to be with Hollywood's. I mean, I got to see the final resting place of Hollywood's biggest stars. It was great. And you know what they do there? They actually sell a map. You can get a map
For $5.
For $5, and you can see where all the famous people are buried. And then you walk around, and Don Adams from Get Smart.
So what Jodi does for fun is go to cemeteries to see where dead famous people were buried.
Bugsy Siegel is buried there too, but it was Saturday.
You can't get autographs there, right? You can't get.
Well, you can take pictures.
Yeah, that's true.
Cecil D. DeMille.
Cecil B. DeMille. Yes.
I'm so excited.
That's who your dad used to call me all the time.
I am so excited about Hollywood Forever Cemetery. You know, I mean, because think about it. There were so many people walking around Hollywood Forever Cemetery that when you die, you'll never be alone. Because all these fans are going to be running around the cemetery, and when they come across your grave and they see like CEO of Fun, they're going to be like, "Who the hell is that?"
Right. That's going to be hundreds of people a day saying, "Who the hell is the CEO of Fun?"
I know.
That's who is it? Why is she buried next to Larry Tate?
Larry Tate. Oh, Rudolph Valentino.
And who the hell is Larry Tate? Because nobody will know by then
by
either.
then, no one will know. We're getting thumbs up all over Facebook. People are loving this. It was so cool. And guess what they do at Hollywood Forever Cemetery on Saturday nights? On Saturday nights.
Movie nights.
Movie nights. You can actually watch, guys, Google this. Go on Instagram, # Hollywood Forever Cemetery. You can actually watch a movie for free on the lawn in the cemetery. The night that I was there, they were showing Wayne's World. Yeah. And people are sitting on the freaking lawn in a graveyard watching Wayne's World.
And it's on the same basic piece of property as Paramount Studios. In fact, Paramount Studios leases their land from, or either leases or purchase it from. I think it's leased it from the cemetery.
There were some pretty old. Judy Garland, they just took her. She's buried there. And guess what they showed on the day they unveiled her grave?
What did they unveil?
They showed Wizard of Oz.
Wow, there you go.
In the graveyard.
Because isn't Toto there too? From
Toto is there. Yes,
it's even dogs. So even dogs get to get buried there.
Yes, Toto is there right next to Mammy. From Gone with the Wind.
Well, they're about the same time period. So.
And Tyrone Power. I mean, who was like the George Clooney back in the old days.
In fact, did you know that back then both of those movies were filmed in color, and it was the same? They had to film with the same color cameras because it was the only color cameras in the world.
Yes, Gone with the Wind and The Wizard of Oz.
And The Wizard of Oz were both filmed with the same crew, I believe, as well.
Academy Awards, they were up for Oscars, I think, a year apart.
Yeah.
I think like Gone with the Wind was like 39, and it might have been 38 for Wizard of Oz. But yeah, isn't that crazy? Yeah, they're all buried in Hollywood forever with the Night Stalker, Darren McGavin. He's there too.
You had such a good. You were there for like.
Tell them how long I was there.
I just remember that we got there at like 10 in the morning, and I went in to go learn into Paramount, and you went over there, and I'm looking down thinking, oh, she's got to be done running around all day. She's probably been to Hollywood and Highland. It's like 2:30 in the afternoon, and she's like, oh, I'm thinking of heading over to Hollywood and Highland now. I'm still at Hollywood Forever. I'm like, you've been there for 4.5 hours.
I was.
Looking at dead people. What the hell? They're not entertaining any. They're just there. And you're just looking at their headstone. They're not jumping out going, hey, you know,
well,
not doing a dance.
There were pretty cool statues, though, of people.
Sure.
Like, people had themselves, like, bronzed. It was weird.
Yeah.
I mean, not dead people. They weren't dead. They were, like, portraits of them as statues and stuff. It's really a very... I mean, how many steps did I do that day? I was already at my 10,000 steps, like, hour one.
Yeah, I think you wound up with 20,000 steps by the end of the day.
Oh, my God. It was crazy. So, if you're ever in Hollywood... Go to Hollywood Forever. Oh, God. And then the lady from like Alabama or somewhere in the South, she says to me, we were trying to find Estelle Getty's grave. So we're walking around the cemetery trying to find Golden Girl, the mom, Sophia's grave, right? So we're looking around. The map's telling us one thing, but we couldn't find it. So we're walking around this graveyard trying to find it. So she says to me, after we're done with this, if you want to take a ride with us, we're heading over to Westwood because we want to go see where Farrah Fawcett's buried. Farrah Fawcett. Would you like to go with us to see Farrah Fawcett's grave?
Yeah, so that was...
I said, you know what, lady? You're very nice, but I think one graveyard today does it for me.
Yeah.
My next trip, I'll go to see where Farrah Fawcett's
You do realize
buried.
in like 5 years, that's you, right?
That's going to be me.
Yeah, and you're even going to be talking with the bad southern accent, too.
Farrah
I don't know
Fawcett.
why. You're going to be like, how Madonna started talking with a British accent. You're going to start talking with a southern accent, and you're just going to be visiting cemeteries.
I sound like Joe Bunn.
Yeah. Nobody knows who that is.
Well,
the only people know
here.
Joe Bunn knows it without was Joe Bunn and like 3 other people. Everybody else is like, who the hell is Joe Bunn?
I sound like Dana Carlisle.
Yeah. Like, wow.
Bless your heart.
And you say that Mark uses a lot of obscure references.
Mark who?
Mark Tansey.
Oh.
Yeah, he's Mr.
does?
Obscure Reference.
Well, Mark Tansey would have a great time in the graveyard. That's all I have to say. Anyway, all right, done with
Okay.
Hollywood Forever. Done with my joke. Yeah, I want to tell you since we last saw you guys too. You can now light up legally in Las
That's right,
Vegas.
in Nevada,
And
not just Las Vegas, in Nevada.
And we're short.
But light up what?
Weed. We're short. We're sold out, folks. You cannot get weed in Las Vegas.
Well, you can.
Anymore.
It's just they're running low.
They're running. It's gone.
There's
folks.
a weed emergency.
There's a weed.
They underestimated the demand for it.
The need for weed.
The need for weed. I got the need for weed.
There's
There's
weed.
a 25-year-old reference there.
I think that's what, like, if we opened up a cannabis store, we should say we got the need for weed.
We got the need for weed. If only we could get a picture. No, he would never let us use this picture.
Who are you thinking? Whisper in my ear.
No, what movie was that reference from?
A need for speed.
Yeah.
I got a need for speed. Who did it? Whisper it to me, guys, in my headphones.
1980s.
I got a need. Oh, Maverick?
Yes.
Yeah, Top Gun.
Top Gun.
Maverick. I'm like, Maverick. Do you know they're coming out with a new Top Gun?
I know. I wonder if they're going to be smoking weed in that one. I don't know.
Yeah,
but so now it was okayed for medical about 2 years ago, and now it's okayed for entertainment or personal use, recreational use. But there's the thing is, I think people didn't realize how many people were buying it illegally. So all this weed that they're selling now is people saying, "Oh, well, now these new people." It's like there's not that many new people that are lighting up. It's just that now they could buy it legally. You know?
All I have to tell you is that come March, DJ Think Tank has just gotten a whole lot interesting.
Yeah.
That's
well,
all. Mobile Beat will never be the same.
You know, they estimated that in the first 10 days that they sold over $30 million in product just in the Las Vegas area alone. $30 million in 10 days. So all those people that were bitching, think of all the tax revenue that's coming in from this.
But it's cash.
School is going to be free. I think at some
Pat,
point.
It's a cash-based business, and people can lie. They could lie on.
Yeah, it's kind of hard now. The way they have it set up, it's really hard because the product is very, very heavily monitored, so they know how much is going in and out. They have to go through a distributor. You have to account for what you have and what you've sold. They ain't screwing around with that, because if they did, then you would wind up the people that are selling illegally now could squeeze in there and start, kind of using that as a front to sell, so they've gone through all that and figured out how to make sure that they keep it on the up and up.
Got it.
And very closely monitored.
And that a friend of ours just bought some cannabis oil, right? You said that.
Yeah, to help with inflammation.
He was popping around today like, woohoo. He was.
Well, that's one of the
James
things
Brown.
is that was available to him before, but he would have had to get a prescription for it or get approved for it. But it's amazing. Cannabis oil will it'll cure skin cancer, does all kinds of things. Great for anti-inflammation. So he said he was on all these different
painkillers and stuff.
And
anti-inflammatory.
He said he rubbed some on his knees, and he was working in the restaurant all day, and he said it was at the end of the day he was just starting to feel a little bit. But he's like, even at that, with the amount that he has, he said it's still cheaper to get the CBD oil and then rub that on, and he said that doesn't get you high. There's no THC in it.
He did lick his fingers a lot. I'll tell you that. He was sniffing his fingers a lot.
Yeah, he was eating Doritos a lot. No, he wasn't doing that.
I saw him sniff his fingers a lot. It's just like, hey.
So we're going to see a lot of people. Look, it's still illegal to drive while you're high. It's still illegal you can't smoke in public. You're not going to be going into pick up your kid at elementary school and lighting up a joint. It ain't going to happen. In fact, if you want to light one up, which I don't know how many percentage-wise of people are going to actually light one up, There's very few places you can actually do it. You kind of has to be almost in your own house. And
but you can eat them in cookies. And
yeah. The edibles are probably the best way to go, and they're you can do those wherever the hell you want. And who's going to notice? You're eating a cookie,
right?
Or you're eating a gummy bear or whatever.
Oh, that's going to be fun at kids' parties.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. You get those kids that are just getting out of line. Here, kids, have a gummy bear. It's terrible.
Mellow little Johnny out. Little Johnny is like,
Look.
woo.
Look, we've already had the ability to throw some NyQuil in their punch, so it's not like that hasn't been around for a while.
And that is why, America, we don't have children.
That's right. We don't have kids because they would be high. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm only kidding. They'd be working. That's what would happen.
Yeah, exactly. They'd be at work right now.
They'd be like, hey, mommy's going to Philly.
4 years old is not too young to work, young man.
What do you mean you need to change your diaper?
Yeah. Get it done. Get back here. You got 5 minutes.
Starting now. Go.
Clock is ticking.
And the Parent of the Year award go to.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, have you seen the new summer hit series called Glow?
I have not seen the new summer hit series called Glow. What is the new summer hit series called Glow about?
Glow is about the gorgeous ladies of wrestling.
Which you were almost one.
Yes, I was almost. I wonder what
they tried to recruit you, and your dad said no.
Yes, they did. And you know what? It was really funny because I never knew the backstory about Glow until I watched the Glow A documentary, which, by the way, you can get that on Amazon. But the Glow series stars Mark Maron, who's, by the way, fantastic. Mark Maron, awesome. And it tells the history of how the gorgeous ladies of wrestling came about. It's on Netflix. I highly recommend that you guys watch it.
Even if you're not a wrestling fan.
No, even
I
ran into a bunch of people who asked me if I'd seen it, and I'm like, oh yeah, and then then I said, oh, did you know I was almost a Glow girl? And people started, oh, tell us the story. But yeah, when they held the open auditions, they had put it in like the trade publications like Variety and Hollywood Reporter that they were looking for talent. In my situation in Hollywood, they would go to bars and nightclubs, and it was at the Red Onion, and I want to say it was Red Onion, Marina Del Rey, that they had Glow night. So they had like 3 of the girls there hanging out, partying. David McLean was there. And he came up to me, handed me his business card, and asked me if I'd like to be a Glow girl.
Here's a 20-something-year-old 6'1" Jodi running around.
In great shape, by the way.
Yeah,
and a lot thinner, like 160.
Yeah.
When I met you, I was 160.
Yeah, something like that.
And you said I looked like I was too thin.
Yeah.
So I had to be like 140.
Well, you're the offspring of a 6'6", 350-pound giant. So,
yes.
But what happened to your sister? You sure she's really your sister? Because she's like 5'5".
She takes after the Fortuna
side
of the family. I take after the Barberry side of the family. So, but I had my rap down. We're the gorgeous ladies of wrestling.
Yeah, your dad was not going for that.
In the ring, we come from the streets. We come from the city. We come from a world where there is no pity.
She still remembers that. How scary is that?
But that's my name is I'm the CEO of fun, and I'm gonna make you run. They would come up with goofy things. But the documentary is pretty cool. Definitely check it out. It's summertime, and so that's Glow. And then we go into like the new what's going on with this Mayweather. I'm telling you, Mayweather is going to be Rocky versus Apollo Creed. You all are like brushing this stuff under the mat.
Problem, but
McGregor is working out, and Floyd's just going, yeah, I'm going to kick this guy's ass. It's Apollo Creed and Rocky.
I hate to break it to you. Mayweather is working out like a fiend. He's working out 3 times a day. He's training hard. And he's not taking this lightly. And the reality is that these guys know each other and they like each other, and this is all a BS WWE sort of thing. Are they going to fight for real? Yeah, but McGregor has no chance in hell. If this was UFC, yeah, McGregor would kick his ass. But this is boxing. You're talking about he's an older guy, but he's only 40.
Who's 40?
Mayweather. But
Mayweather's only 40?
He's only 40.
God, I feel like he's been around forever.
21 years he's been a professional fighter. So actually I think this is the beginning of the press conference here where they're facing each other off. And They're basically, look, if you look at this, and I want you to ask me, if you guys want to see this, just go look up the Mayweather-McGregor press conference and tell me if this doesn't look like the beginning of a wrestling match where the two wrestlers are staring each other down and talking trash, and they're just going back and forth, insulting each other. This is straight out of Vince McMahon's playbook. And Mayweather is doing everything that he can, and successfully, I might add, to piss everybody off. And if you go to any of these press conferences, they're all yelling McGregor, McGregor, McGregor. In fact, what we're just looking at now is just the two of them yelling at each other. So I'm going to go forward a little bit here. But
it's promoted by Mayweather Promotions.
Yeah, I don't want to hear this stuff. I want to hear them talking trash about each other.
They're trying to set me up at every turn out here. They're trying to catch me off guard, trying to see me in an uncomfortable position. But I thrive in uncomfortable positions.
That's McGregor, just in case you didn't notice. Yeah, just in case you didn't notice the accent.
To phase me. 28 years of age. I'm getting fight checks and promoter checks.
I don't know what a promoter is, but it's probably pretty good.
When Floyd was 28, he was on Oscar De La Hoya's undercard.
What are you saying about Zumba card?
Undercard.
And that's just facts.
So basically these guys, we won't go through the whole thing, but so these guys are basically just doing WWE promos in front of giant crowds.
And they're going from like city to city.
Yeah,
like,
they're doing a 4-city tour, and in fact, the guy that I went to his studio yesterday was one of the guys who's on the tour with him. He's on Mayweather's team.
Yesterday?
No, not yesterday. The other day. So they that's his real cousin, and they're going on the tour. But this is straight. Like I said, this is all promotion. They have a $99.95 pay-per-view.
Wait, how much is it again?
Just under $100, $99.95.
Wow, people are gonna pay that much money to see
Yes,
that?
they will. You know why?
Why?
Because they hate Floyd Mayweather and they want to see McGregor beat him up. Guess where Mayweather's made all of his money from? People buying the pay-per-views to watch somebody else beat him up.
Kick his ass.
Guess how many people have beat him up to date?
Zero.
So
he's that good, but I'm telling you,
look,
this could be it. This
could
be that Rocky moment.
Is all for him is all an act. He's not that's not quite the villain that he puts himself out to be. He does this as an act. You know, this is him generating income for himself because every pay-per-view buy he makes more money. So it's just one of those situations where. I think these two are friends. I think he wanted to give McGregor an opportunity to make a boatload of money because McGregor, this is a win-win situation for him. Nobody expects him to win because he's not a skilled boxer.
How long has McGregor been? Did he ever hold a UFC title?
Yes, he's held. Actually, I held 2 at one time.
Oh wow!
So he's actually
How do you hold 2 at one time?
You have to fight at 2 different weight classes. You have to beat somebody at one weight class and then go fight somebody at a different weight class.
So it's not like WWE where you're the heavyweight champion and the
they have weight classes. Okay. So like Mayweather has, I think, won in 7 or 9 different weight classes. He's just like Pacquiao's won in at least a half a dozen different weight classes. So, but he actually held 2 at the same time. He is an effective fighter. He's a good mixed martial artist. But again, his boxing skills are kind of on the amateur level. Mm-hmm. So if you're looking at it just strictly as boxing, he has to be really lucky. Now I'm going to bring somebody up who fought Mayweather. Okay. If you remember,
oh my God,
Ricky Hatton
blew up. What happened to that cute red hair he used to have?
Ricky Hatton turned into Ricky Fatton again, and don't yell at me for calling him Ricky Fatton. He calls himself that. Okay, because every time in between fights, he would gain 50 pounds. You have to understand, this guy's like 5'5". He fought at like 140 some odd pounds, and he'd blow up to almost 200 pounds, and then lose the weight again. So believe it or not, he couldn't fight until he was 40 for some reason. I guess because he put his body through too much. But he
needs cannabis oil.
Guess where good old Ricky Hatton is from?
England.
He's from a little different accent. Close.
Australia?
No.
Ireland? Okay.
Where's McGregor from?
Ireland.
Okay, so these are compatriots. They come from the same country. This is him talking about his assessment of the Mayweather McGregor fight, and he's a fan of McGregor. You should know that ahead of time.
I got to be careful how I word this because I don't want to sound like every time they ask me this question, I say the same thing, and I don't want to make myself sound silly because I'm a Conor McGregor fan. What's there not to like about him? He's charismatic, he's exciting, he can punch. Do you know what I mean? He's good for sport, but they are two different sports. Do you know what I mean? I like everything about Conor, but I have to be brutally honest. I can't see, when you see Canelo, he couldn't lay a punch on Floyd Mayweather. Do you know what I mean? And De La Hoya, De La Hoya, masterful boxer. Do you know what I mean? And I know, and 100 mile an hour, aggressive as you like, a little bit like Conor. You know what I mean? And he handled me, no problems. And that was my game in fighting. You know what I mean? I can't see how. I can't see how it's. I wouldn't. Sorry, Conor. I can't even see it being a fight.
Wow.
I really can't. I'd be very surprised. There's so many fighters like myself, like De La Hoya, like Canelo, who couldn't lay a glove on him. I can't see Conor. I can only see it Mayweather all the way. And I do hope I'm wrong, by the way. I hope he flattens Mayweather. I do. I honestly do. But I honestly can't see it. And I hope that hasn't defended my love for Ireland and my Irish fans, and Conor for that matter. I just think you see him massively, something like that. He's the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, one of the greatest all time, and Conor's not had one boxing match yet. Come on. I got to be careful. I will.
So, so you're just hoping for the underdog.
I'm really hoping for the underdog. I'm hoping for because that would be like fucking awesome. Did I say that? I could say that, right? On YouTube? Awesome. Freaking awesome.
Now I just have to go in there and rate it,
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Freaking awesome.
We can drop F-bombs all we want, but we just have to rate it. That's all. So little kids don't come on there and go, oh, what did they say? I'm so offended.
That Jodi Harris said the F word.
She's got a potty mouth.
Oh, my God. She's not doing my daughter's wedding.
So, unfortunately, I might be covering this fight.
Oh, wow. When is it?
It's coming up in August, I think the 24th.
Oh, just tell me you just didn't say August 24th.
Why?
We have a huge wedding that day.
No.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
After I'm going away for 2 weeks,
well, no,
do you think I'd let him?
Can
I go to that fight too?
John is going to be in New York, so he can't cover it. So I might wind up having to cover it. And people go, oh, that is going to be cool. And it's like, no, it's not. It's going to be this train wreck.
Wow.
First off, you're going to get every non-boxing press. You're going to have a bunch of dopes running around in the press room.
Yep.
You're going to have a bunch of people that are just there that are like TMZ type people that don't know how to ask boxing questions, that don't know anything about boxing or even UFC, and it's just going to be a madhouse. And the fight itself is going to be a complete joke. There's even I don't know if I want to play that one.
No, don't play that one because you don't know. We don't know. We haven't listened to it yet. How are we on time right now?
We are at 32 minutes in.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, well, I got other stuff to talk about than Ricky Hatton's and Floyd and all this stuff. Did you hear about this today?
No.
This made all the news.
I have no idea what she's talking about.
A man was trapped in an ATM and he slipped notes to customers begging for help, and the customers totally blew him off. Because think about it. How could a person be stuck in an ATM machine?
How are you stuck in an ATM machine? Was he stuck in the room where the ATM was?
Yeah, a Texas man who became trapped inside an ATM slipped notes to customers via the receipt slot, pleading for them to help him escape, police said Thursday. This is out of Corpus Christi, Texas. A contractor became stuck Wednesday when he was changing a lock to the Bank of America room that leads to the back of the ATM. So he got stuck, and he apparently left his cell phone and everything else. He left it behind in his truck.
This was a Seinfeld episode, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was a Seinfeld episode.
Kramer got stuck in the
No, not Kramer, but it was an episode where they had to use, they needed somebody who had the ATM card for that bank to open it.
Oh.
And good old George Costanza had one, but doesn't like anybody getting a hold of his ATM card. And he'd already gotten in trouble for running past kids when a fire alarm went off in a theater. And so there was a whole episode about the guy being stuck in there.
Oh, okay. Well, there was a guy stuck in the ATM, and people were blowing him off. And then they finally somebody called the cop. But he was there for 2 hours.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
How many people in his
imagine going to the ATM
office are just busting his chops now? Let's just talk about the guy who got stuck. You're a locksmith. You go to change a lock and you get stuck, and you forget your cell phone, so you have to try and get some jamope on the street to call the police for you, and they're all just laughing at you. They're like, I ain't helping you. You could be some robber or something. Yeah. They're probably thinking he's trying to rob the place.
I honestly didn't even know that
he was probably looking for a new
person
job
could get
that.
stuck in an ATM machine.
You can if you're changing, not the ATM machine. It's probably the room, you know how in the banks?
Yeah, I guess
it's got the separate room, because he said he was changing a lock.
Yeah.
So the guy's a locksmith.
I didn't even know there was a room. I mean, I just thought the money just comes out. Like, imagine, like, help me. I'd be like,
no,
yeah,
they're probably talking about the room where you go in, you come off the street.
No, Pat. They're saying that when people came to take their money out of the ATM, they heard him say, help me, get me out. And
that's even funnier.
Yeah, and when they pulled their receipt, he had written
they probably
notes.
thought it was a gag.
Yes, the notes. They had notes.
So they probably thought it was a complete gag. Yeah,
customers appeared to dismiss the notes as a gag.
I would. I'd probably look at it and go,
I'm stuck in here and I don't have my phone. Please call my... That's what the ATM was.
Oh, he so got fired after that.
Yeah.
He so got fired
Imagine going into, it's like 3 in the morning. Hey, dude, I'm hungry.
You're getting some money out.
I need weed money. I need weed money.
I need money for weed because they only take cash. Let me out. Help.
Oh, my God.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
And then, I don't know which one I should go with, the drug story or the kid that poops, but I'm going to go with the poop story. So
Poop's always funny.
In Manchester, New Hampshire, a woman says her 5-year-old son came down a slide at McDonald's. You know the McDonald's playgrounds, right, that they have for the kids? So it was in New Hampshire. When the kid came down the slide, he was covered in poop.
Oh! Oh!
She said that the people that worked at that McDonald's didn't take the problem seriously and ignored her pleas for help, and she wants an apology. She says she was eating with her son when her son came over, covered in human waste. Human waste. She says that he'd been playing tag with a boy who had a soiled diaper.
Oh, man.
The restaurant owner told the Associated Press on Wednesday that they looked into the matter and have taken all appropriate internal
and I think the biggest
actions.
Thing is internal. That was external. But the big thing is these are kids that are playing around, and they're obviously their parents aren't paying much attention to them because they're parents of the year. Kids that age they're always going to make messes.
And they have poopy diapers?
Yeah.
Poopy. Why would you put a kid with a poopy diaper?
That's pretty young to let your kid by himself too. If he's still wearing a diaper, either that or he's older and he's got a little bit of a problem. I don't know. It depends. Is he doing okay? I don't know. It depends.
It depends.
Oh, so.
Yeah. Could you imagine that? Like, that's why I don't have children. I don't have to deal with soiled diapers. Not until later in life.
That's right.
Maybe I don't have to deal with it. I'm going to Hollywood forever. That's all I'm saying.
It.
I don't want to deal with a soiled diaper. I'm going to Hollywood forever. And then speaking of drugs, so there was drugs found inside a Cookie Monster doll. So in Marathon, Florida, a stash of cocaine was hidden inside a Cookie Monster. You know, Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Cookie. Well, now he's not saying cookie. He's saying cocaine. Yeah. Because
cocaine.
What's that song by Eric Clapton?
Yeah, cocaine. Yeah, cocaine.
Yeah, it was in the movie Starsky and Hutch with Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, when they're doing all this, they're taking all that the stuff they think is artificial sweetener, and it turns out to be.
Love that movie.
Okay,
that's a great movie. Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson as Starsky and Hutch with Snoop Dogg as Huggy Bear. Huggy Bear. Yeah, I guess authorities said that 11 ounces, 312 grams of cocaine was found inside the doll.
That's one expensive doll right there.
Yes, sir. The deputy smelt marijuana odor after pulling over the car and then searched the back of the car and found a Cookie Monster doll. The deputy noticed the doll seemed to be a little heavier than it should and a slit had been cut into the Cookie Monster doll. And that's where this guy hid his drugs.
So they were a little pretty. First off, these are some pretty stupid drug dealers. Let's transport a doll with cocaine in it and light up some joints in the car so the car smells like weed to give the officer
a reason to search our car, sees the doll, picks it up, it's a little heavy, and then notices a slit has been cut into Cookie Monster's head.
Yeah, so, yeah, those
wow.
guys.
Dumb. I love a good dumb criminal story.
Oh, yeah, dumb criminals.
Dumb criminal
they're the
story.
best.
And then I saw this story about selfies because, as you all know, I love a good bathroom selfie.
Oh, boy.
I'm the queen of the bathroom selfie. If you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, you'll see I'm always taking a selfie. Well, I guess there was a curious monkey with a toothy grin and a knack for pressing a camera button was back in the spotlight Wednesday as a federal appeals court heard arguments on whether the animal can hold the copyright to the selfies. So this actually went to court. No monkeying around here, folks. This went the court. They're
arguing copyright law for a monkey?
With a monkey, yes. I guess apparently monkey see, monkey sue is what they're calling it. Monkey see, monkey sue.
Does he have a bank account? I mean, how do we pay the monkey?
He is, okay.
I want a couple bananas for that picture. If you're going to use it, you better send me some bananas.
And we'll put this on our Facebook page. He snapped perfectly framed selfies in 2011 that could even make the Kardashians proud.
Wow.
They're saying that that people that the monkey has authorship to these photos, and that the photos can be copyrighted as with him as the author. So judges grilled him on why PETA has a status to so where does it end? If a monkey can sue for a copyright infringement, what else can a monkey do?
Oh, but wait, and here's the thing. PETA was the one who brought this forward.
Yes, PETA.
So PETA is trying to get the copyright for the monkey.
Yes.
Probably so that they could get a hold of the money from the pictures.
Yes.
So this is just like they're basically trying to rip off the monkey.
Slater says the British copyright for the photos obtained by his company, Wildlife Personalities Limited, should be honored. So I guess a company...
Yeah, they're probably their camera, and the monkey just grabbed it and pressed the button.
Right, exactly. How crazy is that, monkey?
So when this is brought in front of the judge, when they're talking about, look, here's your next case. Look, we have PETA...
Monkey see?
And a monkey. And he's like, wait, back that up. PETA and a monkey, yeah, and they're fighting for copyright ownership of pictures that the monkey took. And the judge probably looked at him and said, okay, who's messing with me now? Because
this case is bananas.
This case is bananas.
This sounds like a Three Stooges. This is like a Three Stooges case or a Little Rascals with the monkey. They used to go. Who's the monkey?
Yeah.
Malibu is cracking up right now because she knows what I'm talking about. You know Malibu, the monkey. Remember the monkey? The bubbles. Like,
how do you have a defendant being? That's just ridiculous.
The monkey that used to make sounds on the Little Rascals.
Yeah, I know. I get it. I get it.
That's the one.
I'm still shocked that they allowed this to go to court.
I know. Monkey see, monkey sue.
Yeah. Monkey see, monkey sue.
Oh my God! Well, I'm really it's been crazy. So I want to show this story to Pat because he'll never ever talk about it. But it's a joke that is going on. It's a joke that we've had for years. Look at the top of the headline of that.
Okie dokie. Yep.
Can we talk about that on the show?
Well, you dropped the F-bomb, so you might as well.
Well, you talk about it.
This is even worse.
I'm not going to talk about this. This is disgusting.
This is a few years old, too, so... And I think we talked about this before.
No, we never talked about that on our show. Should we just leave it as
it should be the mystery story that we'll bring up at another time when we're talking about cats.
I think it's one of those stories that you bring up like when Ron Brown's story with the gong.
Yes.
It's a problem.
When you're drunk And yeah,
it's right up there with our
just
friend.
when you're drunk.
It's right up there with our friend Ron Brown. If anybody knows Ron Brown,
Oh yeah,
just do this to him when you see him. Just say gong.
yeah.
Gong. That's
But
all.
we could tell that story because we.
No,
can tell
I
the
am not
clean
telling
part.
that because no, Ron. I'm going to Philadelphia.
Oh.
I am not telling the Ron Brown story. No, let Ron Brown come on the show and have him tell the story.
Okay, I'll have Ron. We'll have Ron tell the story.
Yes.
About the gong. We have to find a gong by then too and hide it
Yes.
somehow, or just a gong sound effect.
Yeah, Ron Brown
You know,
can tell the gong story.
gong.
And this story we will tell you if you really want to know the story that we just referred to.
Just ask us.
Buy us a drink.
Yeah, buy us a drink.
Buy us a drink and we'll tell you the story. So
and say what happened with that chick with the knife. And that's all you got to say.
yeah, oh yeah, the chick with the knife.
The chick with the knife.
The
That's all you
chick
got to
with
say.
the knife. That's all you have to say. Yeah. So we're off to Philly. Oh, Game of Thrones coming back though, huh?
I know. I'm ready.
I know I'm not because I have to. I'll be a think tank. I'm gonna. Well, it'll be played over and over again on HBO.
Yep.
So,
You
yeah,
want me to send you spoilers?
yeah, because I can't handle it. I gotta know what's going on. I mean, Fear of the Walking Dead. I had a peek. What did I do? Wednesday? Oh yeah, I had the wedding on Saturday, Sunday, the New York wedding. Yeah, I had to know what was going on Walking Dead and all that stuff. So I'm not good with spoilers. I like to know what's going on.
Yeah.
So
You don't care if you find out that.
I'm not one of those people like, oh my God, you ruined it for me. Remember we talked
Yeah.
about that on one
Yeah,
of our
yeah,
Staying Up
absolutely.
with Pat and Jodi's? It's like, come on, dude. If you haven't seen, like, Game of Thrones, we're going into season 8, and I told you Cersei blew up the Sparrow and all that,
Yeah.
then shame on you. I mean, then
There's people
shame
that
on you.
get pissed that you tell them the plot line to Jaws. It's
Oh
like
my God, yeah.
I haven't seen that yet.
Or Rosebud's a sled. You
Yeah,
know,
no
like,
shit.
Rosebud is a sled.
If the movie came out in 1972, we're gonna talk about
Oh my
it.
God,
Okay?
Rocky wins in Rocky 2.
Yeah.
And Ricky Hatton will win too. I'm telling you. It's going to be a Rocky moment. They're going to imagine
Ricky Hatton. Who's
not Ricky Hatton, the dude.
McGregor.
McGregor is gonna win.
McGregor? Conor McGregor.
I think he's
That's
going to
kind of
win.
Scottish accent, actually.
I'll bet on it. Like,
Yeah, I don't
wanna
think
bet
it-
me?
No, because you don't pay off your bets. So
I'm telling you.
no, you don't pay your bets, so it will be completely useless.
Oh my God.
Whatever I bet you, I will not receive. So it doesn't matter. But if you win something, you'll expect it like you'll have to. You want me to ship it to you? So no,
Ship it
but it ain't happening. 'Cause-
Damn. All right. So we're off to. I'm off to Philly.
Yeah,
so
we're not off to
next
Philly,
week,
you're off to
maybe a road show or what do we
Yeah, I can have you Skype your way in.
Yeah,
if you
because
get to, Wi-Fi connection or something.
CNA will be here next week. CNA, you've
That's
got
right.
CNA here.
Is that CNA? Is that their new nickname?
CNA, yeah.
CNA.
CNA or
Is that-
A and C, AC,
AC.
AC.
AC. We gotta. Yeah, you can come out AC.
Yeah, AC. What are you saying in my ear?
We keep it cool
Keep
because you're
it cool.
AC.
Yeah, keep
AC keeps it cool, baby.
There we go. Staying
That's
up
right.
with Pat and maybe next week, since I'm not going to be there, you can have them take turns and sit in the chair with you.
Yeah.
And
And
say
they can
hi
also,
to everybody.
They can also talk from the back because we can actually have ways of hearing them from the back.
Oh, they're getting excited about next week's show.
We could even put a camera back there, believe it or not.
This will make their
We have the technology.
This will make their highlight reel at school. Like I'm telling you.
That's right.
This is gonna make the highlight reel. So
Yeah.
I will be seeing everybody next week. Staying up with Pat and Jodi. I'm hoping that we could do that show. I always talked about doing it at the pizzeria. That would be cool.
pizzeria.
Get Malibu in on it, or do it at Dunwoody Pizzeria. So maybe we'll do it live from Yonkers. Maybe we'll do it from Dunwoody Pizza.
A show live from Yonkers. Live from Yonkers.
Live from Yonkers. And with that, I will leave you with one more final
Uh-oh.
joke. All right. So with that,
Uno mas.
because I'm
Por
traveling.
favor.
So I'm traveling on Sunday. Everybody, I'll be at Philly, and here it goes. Okay, an airplane was already virtually full and in danger of exceeding its baggage allowance when a last-minute passenger asked for one remaining ticket. The clerk was unsure whether to give the passenger a ticket, so he asked him, "Do you mind asking me how much you weigh?" And the passenger answered, "With or without clothes?" And then the ticket clerk said, well, how do you intend to travel? That's great. Come on, get it out of there. I'm cracking him up in the back room. With that,
you really should have. You had a good one in the beginning. You should have just,
how do you intend to
took your
travel
money
with
and
or
run.
without clothes?
Yeah, that was all in the delivery.
Oh, my-
That was, I think, is where it failed.
How do you intend to travel? Get
I
it?
don't
How do
know.
you
I don't
intend
know. How do you intend to travel? That's
with
like
I don't know. With or without clothes? There's an elephant in my pajamas. How we got in my pajamas? I'll never know.
yeah, that's about the same age as that joke, I think.
Shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
He's done. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye,
We will
everybody.
See you next
See
week.
you
Thanks
next
for
week.
coming back to Stand Up with Pat and
And
Jodi.
make sure to subscribe to the channel, because if you subscribe to the channel, then you will actually be able to be notified the moment we go live, and you'll be able to watch all of this fun goodness that we spread throughout the year. This goodness. It's all goodness. Every once in a while there's some badness, but mostly it's goodness.
We don't broadcast on those weeks.
On those weeks. Screw you. No.
Okay.
Thanks again for watching and listening to Stand Up with Pat and Jodi, and we'll catch you again real soon. Bye.
Bye.